In my question based learning series, day 1, question 1 is, what is the main difference between a policy and a role? IAM policy and an IAM role. A policy is a collection of permission, collection of authorization. There are multiple policies provided by AWS which are known as AWS managed policies. If you want, you can create your own custom policy also. Now there is a policy S3 full access. Suppose if I attach this policy to a user, the user will be able to access the complete S3 service. Will be able to create a bucket, delete it, upload, download objects, will be able to change the permission, set the permission, lifecycle rules, versioning. So basically full access to S3 service is provided by S3 full access policy. So that is how it has got multiple permission. Likewise, there are multiple managed policies provided by AWS, managed by AWS. You can also create your custom policy. Policies are written in JSON language. It is recommended by AWS to create your own custom policy when you are working with some project, because you can have more granular control over the user, over the authorization. What permission you want exclusively, you can just add it in your own policy. Now coming to roles are temporary. Roles are not permanent. Roles has to be assumed. Let me take an analogy here. Let's say you're working with an organization as a manager. Now, when you step into your office, you assume the role of a manager and you perform the responsibilities of a manager. You are not the manager throughout your professional life. You are not the manager at home, right? So you assume role of a manager and you take the responsibility. So it's temporary. That is how the roles are temporary. On AWS also, same thing. When one service want to communicate with the other service, the service has to assume a role. Let's say EC2 wants to communicate with S3. EC2 has to assume a role to communicate with S3. Roles are also for external user. Let's say I come to your office for delivering a training. Okay, I am an external user. I am not the employee in an organization. So what do? You create a temporary badge for me. Let's say 1 week training is there. So just 1 week access I'll be getting to get into your office. That is nothing but a role. So I assume role temporary for 1 week and I can just come and deliver the training. So roles are temporary. Roles are for external users. Roles are for cross account resource sharing. So that's the main difference between a role and a policy. Stay tuned for the next question.